Hey, how's everybody doing? Y'all all know that I'm still on tour. I wish my 1 and 2s was here. But I find it personally important to want to keep you guys abreast of where I'm at, what I'm doing, when I'm doing it, and how I'm doing it. So today it's going to be just talk, guys, you know. I'm still on the road. And I kind of want to just come on and tell you guys about what's going on while I'm out here on tour. What's up, Lauren? Dwayne, I see you. Thank you all so much. I see the core is definitely checked in. Who else is checking in? Sasha checked in. All right, the dude one checked in. All good. DJ Cass, I am in your country. What's going on, Cass? Who else?
Danny Ellis.
Yeah, Danny Ellis is yeah. Dwayne, what's up, Dwayne Johnson? Much love to you, man. Marty Man, which is a newbie, checked in. Chocolate Baby 73, newbie. John K,
Chumps,
newbie.
Greg.
What's up? What's up, Chumps? DJ Fame, what's going on, big boy? Rory, Nicole, Phantom Dog, Love Chops. Thank you. How you guys doing, man? Thank you all so much. I know I would rather be talking with my hands too, but I'm out here on the road, gonna be out for a little period of time, and then we go in. So I kind of want to just give you guys an abreast of what's been going on and what's been happening. So this past Friday, let's talk about this past Friday. Took a jet from London to another part of the UK, which is Glasgow, Scotland. Tour manager got us up dumb early. We all just dragged him to the airport. Flight was relatively good, but I gotta talk about this one tiny individual that had the plane rocking early in the morning. There was this baby who was very playful when the jet was on the runway. Ladies and gentlemen, when the plane took off, this baby made this sound that felt like the world was ending while a dentist had to drill in your mouth. And as the plane was going further and further, the pitch got higher and higher. And I was looking around in pain, and everybody else looking around, fronting like everything is all right and quiet. This baby rocked the plane with her screaming, and when the plane was going through turbulence, you could hear it. This baby was really getting busy. So that was that for the flight. Then we landed, right? Of course, the planes was delayed late, so we had to shoot straight to sound check, right? And shooting straight to sound check, walk in the building, everything appears to be okay. Screens, all the equipment, all the technical stuff. Like, I'm the type of DJ where I insist on going into the building between 4 and 7 o'clock in the evening. I have to. Like, it's about my fans. It's about everything being really correct. There's some DJs that are superstars that walk in last minute when the party's already rocking. No, I'm not doing that. I'm coming in early as possible. I don't care what country it is. That's just pretty much how I do it. So I come in, look around. Scott goes to his area because he takes care of all video technical, and Demo takes care of audio technical. Adam's tour manager, and Dane takes care of front of house. So I go to look at the turntables, turn them on, One turns on and one doesn't. Ladies and gentlemen, the nightmare has begun. We're telling stage manager, gotta have the 2 turntables, and it's gotta be the 2 turntables of choice that I like to play on, because I like to go from pop to rock to jazz to blues to funk to disco to R&B, alternative, Caribbean rap. That's just a hip hop set to me. So I gotta have these turntables that do this excellently. Half an hour goes by. One turntable does not turn on. We're touching the switch, we're checking the plug, we're turning it upside down, around, just that. One of the turntables is not working. Hour goes by. Adam looks at me. He says, I'm getting ready to possibly do an executive order, because contractually the turntables is wrong. I'm out. So Adam disappears, and he's talking to the authorities involved with the Glasgow event. It's now 90 minutes in. Doors open in about an hour and a half. Everybody and their mother's making phone calls to see if we can find another one of the turntables, a replacement. One person finds it. So then Adam says to them, because he's the tour manager, he says, listen, if that turntable don't get here at least 15 minutes before he goes on, then we have to pull the plug. Homeboy disappears, jumps to the whip, gone. Because the turntable is an hour and 10 away. So he sends me back to the hotel. I go on at 9:30. 9 o'clock, guy still ain't back with the turntable. We wait a little while. 9:15. Homeboy ain't there with the turntable yet. 9:20. He calls and he says, I'm a few minutes away. 9:23. He comes in with the turntable. I said, let's not be so harsh on him, Adam, because you know he takes care of all contractual and all rules to the contract. I said, let's let the boys check it. Turntable was correct. We went on, had the most wonderful time. Then on Sunday, we all decided to be tourists. So Scott, video tech, Demo, audio tech, and myself, we take a trip to the London Tower where the Queen lived. And it was pretty cool going through this gigantic building that must have been like 4 blocks long. All types of rooms and all types of crazy shit that took place in the 1600s, 1700s, 1800s. But the most incredible part of it was to see the crown jewels. Yo. Now in hip hop, right? Sparkling diamonds, platinum, gold, titanium, whatever it is. That's what we do in hip hop. And I'm telling you, I have seen some people that had the most incredible jewelry hanging on their body. But I'm telling you, after seeing the crown jewels, I don't know of anybody on planet Earth that can match these jewels. They had diamonds the size of golf balls on top of the crown. They had punch bowls like big as a car tire around, but deep as a sink. Gold. I've never seen so much incredible gold, diamonds, platinum, velvet. That room made hip hop look made hip hop look a little crazy when it came to jewelry. No, we ain't fucking with that shit. That was real. So we are now headed out to the Netherlands in the morning. Adam's gonna give us the call, the army call. We gotta get up dumb early in the morning and get out of here and head to the Netherlands. But before I, go any further, if you guys have any questions you want to ask me, let's do it. You guys are my fans. Any kind of questions you guys care to ask me? I miss y'all all, first of all. I definitely miss New York. If you guys got any questions you want to ask me, let's do it.
Flash, while the questions come in, we got a little video about what you did in Glasgow so far. You want to see it?
Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's just play that, man. Okay. After the craziness, and it was Friday 13th. Mind you, it was Friday the 13th. And Scott made it a point to say,
in Glasgow, Scotland, going down tonight.
So, everything was all good. Everything was wonderful until we got to that point. Ugh. There was a defining moment. That damn turntable, they unscrewed that shit, put the turntable into ICU. The promoter was saying, listen, please don't leave. I said, I don't want it, but Adam has the actual decision making. So if there's anybody out there that has any decision, questions, any questions about what I'm doing and how we're doing it. And the party turned out dope. It was really, really crazy. Sell out, screaming people. It's nuts. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. And also I wanted to say before you guys get your questions together, I am seriously considering narrowing everything to operate from the website from now on when I get back. Definitely gonna make it really easy for people to get online to stream with us. There are some apps and some things that give us a little bit of trouble, so we're gonna figure out how to make it really super easy, real streamlined to so my next live set should be, and this tour is moving all the time, between the 24th and the 26th is when it's going to be. Guys, please feel free to ask me any questions now. How many fans showed up? Well, let's see. For YouTube, it was like a private party. It was like 2,000 there. Then from YouTube, where did we go after that, Scott? We did.
Then it was the Glasgow.
Then it was Glasgow. That was about 1,500.
Oh, they're asking, is merch still available?
Of course, the merch is still on www.grandmasterflash.com, yo guys. Copy yours. You got the hats, the t-shirts, and all like that there. You know, we're gonna put the hoodies up because the weather's changing. Any questions?
There's a question, what's your favorite thing to eat on the road?
Oh, I'm gonna tell you, the road guys, to eat, depending on what particular country that you're in, it's probably not the most nutritional because we're coming in at odd hours, and I'm really particular about what I eat. Like, I'm a pescatarian, right? So a lot of times I end up eating things that taste like grass, you know, because they don't have fish around.
It's a question.
A new mixing CD from me. Ooh, I'm thinking about doing a record, but then, you know, the music game has changed a whole lot on how people put out music. But I do have a project in the works. Yeah, that's what that is right now. Let's
Any
see.
shows in the works in the USA?
We're still planning that. I think what's going to happen is when I get home, streaming's going to go. I'm going to go really hard with streaming, lots of pop-ups. I want to concentrate on the streaming because I've been going so long. Shows, there's a few things on the board, but for the most part, I might just back up for a minute and just kind of just focus on the streaming thing and this thing that I'm getting built so that all my fans around the world could connect to me very, very easily. That's going to be it. What's up, Lauren? How you doing, honey? Hope's all good, man.
How do you handle the anxiety such as when a technical problem occurs? Christopher Hoffman wants to know.
How do I handle it? I try to keep a smile on my face, even if it's fake, and I try not to stress, because the real fact of the matter is, even when things are perfect and I'm getting ready to hit stage, the last 3 minutes, I'm a nervous wreck. Because I'm saying, is that right? Is that right? What's the first song should I start with? You know, will the crowd happen right away, or do I have to build it? You know, I'm thinking of a million things. So I've been doing this a really long time, but I still get nervous.
How long does it take the team to set up your turntables for an event usually?
Well, the whole thing, to do the sound check, the videos, and the turntable situation takes about an hour. You know, that's setting it up and checking all the wiring and double checking all the wiring and making sure everything is good. And then when everything is set up, we do what's called a personal private sound check. I try the mics, I try the turntables, try the videos, try everything, because when you walk in that door, I've got to make sure that you've had an experience. And with me, I don't know how to settle. When I say that, I mean that every time that you will see me, I'll add something, and I'll add something, and I'll add something. So right now, I've added the video component. So that means while I'm jamming, I insist on it. When people want to book me, there's got to be a gigantic LED, just like the one in my stream room. It's got to be an LED behind me so that I can visually and musically take you down memory lane. You know, if it ain't that, 9 times out of 10, I don't do those shows. You know, I have to. Yeah, and Pioneer.
Pioneer versus Serato, yeah.
Pioneer is my turntable of choice. It was Technique at one time, but then Pioneer has come up with a digital turntable that is super incredible. And what makes it dope is I can play a pop with a rock and a jazz with a blues and a funk with a disco and an R&B, because I can't just play the same type of music all night. I gotta take you on a road with me where it's just different genres of music from different parts of the world. So I need a turntable where the pitch control is drastic, and that's what the Pioneer does for me. It's all I use. I think it's perfectly the best turntable. If you are a DJ that play different types of music all night, black, white, foreign, American, pop, rock, jazz, blues, funk, disco, R&B, alternative, Caribbean, you gotta have a turntable that can help you to beat match so you could go from one genre of music to the other, and the Pioneer does it from me.
Favorite sneakers?
I don't have a favorite. I used to have a favorite, but not anymore. Am I afraid of AI DJ set being released? You know, more in Crow. That's a great question. I did a lecture for Google. It was the Google Executive Summit about 3 weeks ago. And I sat down with one of the technical builders, and his name was Bashad. And like me and the team sat down, and we were having lunch. And then this gentleman sat down at the table next to us because there was no place else to sit. So I introduced myself to him, and then he introduced himself to me. I says what I do, he says what he does, and then we get into an AI conversation, guys. And he's telling me the wonders of AI and what it does and what it's going to do and what it's learning and what it's doing. And I say to him, so AI is like this big computer that takes knowledge into its hard drives as experiences, and it's supposed to be able to cut the time of doing things that may take 10 years, like he was saying. Like if there's a problem that takes years, AI can solve it in like 2 minutes. So my thing is, what about the course of learning? Because in order to know what you're doing, you have to know how you got there. That's one thing. And then we got into what I do on these ones versus AI being able to copy me. And he's sort of swearing on this, that AI will be able to do this. So I says, that sounds pretty interesting. I says, I'll tell you what, Leo Cohen, who is the executive music consultant for Google, had invited me there to do, a lecture, but he also wanted me to play. So I threw the after party, at this summit at the Soho House in England. So I'm playing, women jumping on the floor first. I play the women first, that's just what I do, And then I see this guy that looked familiar from lunch earlier that day. It's Bashad, same guy. I see him moving his head, all right? After a while, his hands is going like here. 15 minutes later, his hands is in the air and he's losing it. He's doing turns in the whole 9 yards. And at about 12 o'clock, because the party was from 10:30 to 12, he walks up to the desk and he says, at this present time, AI cannot copy me. And I say that because AI is only as smart as the experiences that are put into the computer. But you have to realize the vastness of my music. I'm changing all the time. And I'm changing according to what I'm seeing in front of me. There are those who play music because they think that it's dope. I play in service to others. So I am seriously trying to find that vein of happiness. And once I find it, that's what I'm giving you. And that takes thinking on the fly.
What percent of your sets are on the fly versus pre-planned?
80%.
80% on the fly?
On the fly. On the fly. Like I am on the fly all the time. And I may have 52 records that I play, but I'll play them all different all the time. There are certain records that are staples that work in every continent. Those stay in the set. The other ones are interchanging all the time because what's dope in London could be whack in Japan, and what's dope in Japan could be off the hook in Australia, and vice versa. So unless AI can do on the spot thinking, then I'm good. Now the DJs I do fear are the ones that are not as active as us hip hop DJs, and they play the same type of genre all night. AI gonna get that ass for sure.
Is there one song that everyone from around the world from where you played loves? Like everybody in the world loves?
One staple song, if I would name one from experience, Hip Hop Parade. I played that in Japan, China, Australia, California, Germany, wherever. That song is a staple. There's a few others, but I can't give you all my secrets. But getting back to AI, I think AI, I'd love to see AI help children that have a learning deficiency. You know, because today, children got so many things to look at that there's too many choices of things for them to look at. And some of them don't know phonics, consonants, vowels. Remember that song? Conjunction to function, and what's that function? Like that, those kind of things. AI needs to be on that. Only thing I see right now, they're trying to copy artists. What's that for? If the artists is dope as they are, why should AI copy them? It's like, what's the mission to that?
Are you excited about the Kennedy Center performance that's coming up for you?
Oh yeah, the Kennedy Center is very important to me because there are those that say they are the founder, and that's fine. I say that I'm the builder. Everything having to do with hip hop, whether it's hardware or techniques, I'm going to explain this. I'm going to go back to mom and dad's house when I was a toddler, and I'm going to pull out the objects and everything that I had to do, because you have to realize, ladies and gentlemen, in the 70s there was no computers, no internet, no apps, no social medias, no studios. So I had to do things with almost nothing, squeezing a square peg into a round hole. So the Kennedy Center, I'm going to set the record straight why the things that I built are the things that allowed hip hop to transcend 50 years, because they're all being used now. It's just a newer version of them. So Kennedy Center's pretty serious for me.
November 6th, right?
I think that's November 6th, yeah, for sure.
Are you excited about the NBA opening?
Oh yeah, I'm a basketball fiend, guy. Who's a basketball fiend out there? Who is a basketball fiend? Like, I got the NBA came to my studio because they wanted to use me to do an opening. So they told me to pick a song, and I picked Curtis Blow's Basketball, and I cut that up, and they were asking me questions about what's this between, why is it that the NBA, why does basketball and hip hop join together? And I said to them this, to the gentleman whose name escapes me right now, invented basketball and the quick mix theory, they have two things in common. And I'll use Stephen Curry as an example. When the opponent is approaching him, it's not the dribbling and all those things is what they're trying to stop. They are trying to stop the load up and the ball releasing from his fingertips. When a hip hop DJ is playing, what separates the other style of DJs and a hip hop DJ is how we use our fingertips. The quick mix theory in basketball uses the same basic formula. The use of the fingertips. So I'm looking forward to the NBA. I'm definitely looking forward. Oh, Celtics, ooh, yeah, the Bucks. The Bucks did something big. But I think it's too early. I want LeBron to get one more ring. But a lot of times it's Father Time, but he has beat Father Time so many times. I don't know. The NBA gonna be incredible. Yeah. Any more questions, guys?
Let's see. There was one other, I think. Oh, what's an artist or who's an artist that's impressing you a lot right now?
An artist that's impressing me right now, talent-wise and business-wise, is Drake. I could remember my son said to me, and my son was like 10 at that time, and he says, there's this guy who gives away music for free, but he's going to be one of the most important rappers in the game, and he lives in Toronto, Canada. I looked at my son like, go away, you don't know what you're talking about. And as this guy was coming to rise, in my opinion, him and Jay-Z have done some amazing things as artists and as business people. Those two I'm really quite proud of.
So what's coming up for the next week of tour while you're abroad?
Ooh, sleep. I try to get as much sleep as possible because you have to realize I'm getting on early flights in the morning, doing press during the day, going on 1 o'clock in the morning, getting on the first thing smoking to the next country. And this is what touring is. So a lot of times you guys see the end result when the artist is on stage. This is quite grueling. And the first thing is, if you're an American and you fly overseas, your body goes through this metamorphosis. And your mind and your body thinks that it's New York o'clock, American o'clock, but you're in overseas o'clock, and there's this fight going on. And I was warning my videographer, Scott, I says, you're gonna burn out in a minute. And he said, I got this. First day we landed, I didn't hear from him all day. I'm like, hope he's okay. He says, Flash, I slept 14 hours. I was like, yep. That's why when I plan a tour, the first day I want off because your body has to adjust. And it even takes a couple of days. It's quite grueling, but I love what I do. I love doing it, but I love streaming. So it's these two things are like my real important things.
Cool. I think the only other question here that I saw popped up is, do you still buy vinyl?
No, because I have it all. And the thing about it is, the reason why I don't anymore is because all these songs that matter to me historically are in vinyl, and I own them. You know, there's this wonderful thing called the MP3 in the hard drive that has allowed me to carry 200,000 records inside of a hard drive this size. I can remember when I was touring and I had to take like 5 to 6 men on the road with me, each having 2 crates of records. And that's how we used to tour. And I can remember going into spots and people ask me for a song and I'll say, damn, I left that at home. That is not the case anymore. So everything's all good here. We're heading for the Netherlands, guys. And I want to just check in with y'all and let y'all know everything is heading towards the website. That's how I'm building it. Please go to www.grandmasterflash.com. You know, I got the merch up there. Everything what I'm doing, what I'm not doing, when I'm streaming, when I'm not streaming, when I'm touring, when I'm not touring. Everything is going to be like pointing towards the website. So I want to say thank you for all that tuned in. I'm going to check y'all in a minute, and when I get back, oh, I got some different things to try musically too. You know, I always try to be different. I'm gonna leave it right there. It's your boy Grandmaster. I'm out. Thank you.